Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to this moment of colorism news. And so, what I'm going to be doing is coming on somewhere between 5 and 6. I'm not going to say every day, but close to at least Monday through Friday. I'm going to be coming on and giving you the latest in colorism news because colorism is a really big issue, and I'm not sure that people are really understanding how big an issue that it really is. So many articles, every day there's something being written about colorism. So I'm going to come on and share with you every day about some news that has been given for that day about colorism. So today the article that I want to share with you is written, it's an opinion article, and it was written, excuse me, in Indepth News, indepthnews.net. And it's talking about the UN Women, their partnership with Unilever. And it's a very interesting article because what they're talking about is the United Nations Equity for Gender Equality, and the empowerment of women is known as UN Women. It's the United Nations Equity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women, known as UN Women. So the article says that we were spurred to action by UN Women's announcement of an alliance with Unilever in Tanzania, ostensibly to promote women's agency, health, and safety. But the alliance is not new. In 2017, UN Women and Unilever came together to found the Unstereotype Alliance, which was described as an initiative to unite leaders across business, technology, and creative industries to tackle the widespread prevalence of stereotypes that are often perpetrated through advertising. So in the wake of anti-racism protests, Johnson & Johnson announced that it would swap its fine fairness line with Bright Boost creams. The French cosmetics giant L'Oreal said it would remove words white/whitening, fair/fairness, light/lightening from all its skin evening products, skin evening. And Unilever, which is responsible for an array of skin lightening products, declared that Fair and Lovely would now be sold as Glow and Lovely. So essentially what Unilever has done is they have not said that they weren't going to sell these creams, these lightening creams or anything anymore. What they said was they would change the name. And I guess their idea about changing the name was that it wasn't promoting skin lightening. I don't get it, but that's what they have determined, that it's not about skin lightening, it's Glow and Lovely, okay? So the article says this type of corporate action, refusing to acknowledge responsibility while taking credit for cosmetic changes, is standard behavior. As activists call today for companies to pull their skin lightening potions, the industry has mostly chosen to rebrand the products. So they're not pulling them off the market. They're not saying that it's unnecessary for you to lighten your skin. What they're doing is they are changing the name in an effort to, I'm going to say, appease people who are calling them to the carpet for this kind of behavior. So Unilever skin lightening products cause mental anguish and create a social stigma around darker skin, and adversely affect the earning capacity and job prospects of darker skinned women. We wrote to UN Women in February. By pronouncing and praising Unilever, UN Women, by extension, is condoning skin lightening creams and disregarding its responsibility to protect the rights of women. This is all an opinion article. 3 months later, as so many voices were making clear that colorism and racism could no longer be tolerated, what response did we receive? UN Women believes that collaboration with the private sector is essential to achieve the rights of women and girls, wrote UN Women's executive director. While we understand the concerns you raise, the partnership with Unilever has both advantages and risks which are inherent in private sector engagement. So they feel that it is important to have this private sector engagement even with companies that are not promoting the health and well-being of women. So the article goes on to say that in India, organizations like Dark and Beautiful are pushing back against colorism. So Nina Davaluri, a former Miss American activist of Indian descent, put it well. Every time a company produces a skin whitening product, it is sending a message that people are less than because they are dark. She said in a stirring Instagram post, they are not enough because of the color of their skin. Article goes on to say colorism is not an isolated indignity. Nearly every Black and brown community, nearly all of Asia, Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean, as well as diasporas in every country in the world, struggle with colorism as a corollary of racism and sexism. These systems limit us and destroy our dignity, the most fundamental of our rights as women and as human beings. Without dignity, there is no end to the abuses that we can be forced to endure. So this article was written yesterday, the 13th of August, 2020. And I think it's really important to bring this to light because I really admire the author who, is really speaking out against even the UN Women. This is the United Nations Equity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women, who have teamed up with a company that promotes skin lightening. So I think it is really important that we begin to speak out. I want to tell you her name. I don't want to destroy it. I'm going to say it's Sharana Kanikanan. I hope that's right. But you can find this article on Indepth News. UN Women, the article is called UN Women Bashed for Indiscriminate Partnership with Unilever. We've got to begin to really see what's happening in our communities, what's even happening with women and the UN Women getting a partnership with a company that is promoting skin lightening. If we're going to really face colorism, if we're going to really address it, then we have to also speak out against partnerships with companies that are promoting lighter is better. That you need to lighten your skin so that you can be beautiful, so that you can get a job, so that you can be valued. We have to come out. We have to continue to come out against that. So I wanted to bring you that information. And again, I'll be doing it every day, at least Monday through Friday. I'll be doing it somewhere between 5 and 6. I'm going to be bringing you information on news on colorism, because it is not just something that is just existing and no one's really talking about it. It is being brought to light, and it is so important that we understand it and that we also continue to bring it to light, which is what The Color of Beautiful is doing, redefining the standard of beauty for women of color. And we will continue to speak out and to bring these issues to light so that you can know about them and so that you can get in this movement with us and get in the fight with us to end colorism in communities of color across the globe. I'm Karen Moore, founder of the I Am the Color of Beautiful Global Spoken Word Initiative and Movement. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be blessed.